Welcome to Jen's Daily Dish, where I bake things on camera for the very first time so you can bake along with me and learn from my mistakes. Today we're making the famous and infamous Stop and Shop almond coconut cookies, which are inspired by Almond Joys. I know what you're thinking. If you're a coconut fan, you're like, woohoo! If you're not a coconut fan, you're like, But I am telling you, whether you are a thumbs up or thumbs down, these are a big winner. Personally, I can't stand coconut things. Cannot. When I buy Halloween candy, I specifically buy the Almond Joys because I know I'm not going to eat them all. These, on the other hand, woo! These are delicious. So we're going to make a small batch of them. So if you want to make a bigger batch, let me know and I'll give you the full recipe. I scoured the internet for this recipe. You know what? I had ChatGPT help me because there isn't one on the internet. So this is it. This is the recipe for these cookies, according to the all-knowing thing that is ChatGPT. Of course, I was inspired by this song. Stop in the name of these cookies with coconut. No time to think it over. Yeah, no time, because I'm telling you, these cookies are the bomb. First things first, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Melted butter, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, whisk together. Egg yolk, vanilla, whisk until fully combined. Time to mix the dry ingredients, all-purpose flour, baking soda, salt, whisk together. Add the dry to the wet ingredients and stir until combined. Okay, ChatGPT does not bake. I mean, for real, at least. So the recipe is coming together, but it's a little crumbly. So I'm gonna add the rest of that egg in here. So that would be the egg white portion, because I only added the egg yolk in, and see what that does, if it makes it combine together more. The only other option would be butter, but I don't necessarily want to add more of that in. So let's see where we end up. Egg white, coconut, chocolate, almonds. I know what you're thinking. This is a lot to combine into that little amount of dough. And that's kind of the point of these cookies, because they are crispy and chewy. They're not necessarily a big, lofty cookie. They're thin and just chewy deliciousness. Now this looks more like a cookie dough to me. So add that egg, full egg in, not just the egg yolk. Stick this in the refrigerator for 20 to 30 minutes, then we'll scoop it out and then we'll bake. While the cookies were in the refrigerator, I decided to ask ChatGPT why it wasn't coming together as well as it was supposed to, and why I felt I needed to add the egg white in. First off, it said, good job adding the egg white. So yay, I got a thumbs up from ChatGPT. Is this a good thing? I don't know. Ultimately, ChatGPT said that perhaps I didn't mix it enough. I feel like I mixed it enough. I don't know who's gonna be mixing it for 15 minutes to get the right consistency. I suppose ultimately, yes, the flour would have absorbed more of the butter and the sugar, and it would have come together eventually, but I mean, come on, who's got time? This is cookie making. We're gonna make about 6 to 8 cookies from this. We're gonna use about a 2 tablespoon scoop, something like this. Into the oven for 9 to 11 minutes until they're a nice golden brown. As you saw, I had to flatten the cookies a bit because they were holding their shape, which is great that they were holding their shape, but that's not what these cookies are. Anyway, time is up. I left it in there for 13 minutes. I'm not sure about this. Taking them out. Let them cool on the baking sheet for at least 5 minutes, and then we'll let them cool completely. All right, let's take a look at this pseudo copycat Stop and Shop chocolate almond cookie. It smells great, and it smells like the Stop and Shop Almond Joy Cookies for sure. Does it taste like them? I did have some difficulties along the way. One, they were holding their shape too much, so I had to squash them with a glass. And they don't look like they have that artificial chewy consistency that the Stop and Shop ones do. They also don't have any preservatives in them, so that does weigh in a little bit. It doesn't have any palm oil or any of that stuff. All natural ingredients in this for sure. But it's all in the taste. Do these come close to tasting like that? Did ChatGPT get the recipes sort of right? Let's find out. I definitely get that coconut flavor with the chocolate and the almonds, and that hits it just right as to what those cookies taste like. Consistency-wise though, not quite right. I'll have to keep playing around with it. These definitely taste a little bit more cake-like than the chewy consistency of those Stop and Shop cookies, and I'm kind of missing that. But are these great and gonna be gone in my house in like, I don't know, 5 minutes? Yeah, shh, let's be quiet. If I can make these Stop and Shop cookies for the very first time with a ChatGPT recipe, no less, you can too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check me out on Instagram and TikTok for a whole lot more.